Hello everybody and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out something called Problems and Solutions by developer Ink Repair Games. Now before we get into the game, I do just want to take a quick moment and point out the fact that I have unfortunately let the 1,000 consecutive episode plus streak drop. For 2 days, I wasn't able to post a video, and that was due to some unforeseen and unavoidable, unfortunately, tech issues that, thankfully, my friend Rumble Muffin was able to guide me through. So I've been in tech support hell for the last couple days, and it really was unfortunate. I didn't want to have this happen, but it happened, so I figure why beat myself up over it? There's not a lot that could really have been done. The streak is dead, but the series is still alive. So I just wanted to let everybody know what happened there. It's not something that I intended to have happen or something that I wanted to have happen, but unfortunately it did happen. So today's episode, Problems and Solutions, I chose sort of representatively or symbolically in a way because, well, I've got a lot of problems. What's the solution? Record more. I couldn't record more, now I can, so let's do it. So we're going to press space or click to start, and we drop into this rainbow-colored bizarre world where we seem to inhabit what appears to be a cage. And there's all these fellows over here that seem to, they kind of look like they have crystals for heads. And a very interesting thing happens as we walk. Number one, you'll notice dynamic shadows on my legs. Number two, you'll notice these characters seem to hold their hands up as if to warn me not to go in this direction. So I guess I shall heed their warning. And, well, first I'll test my boundaries and see if there's anything I can do. Hey, are you okay? I don't know, it depends who's asking. Who am I? Where am I? There's a giant green person holding me in this cage, apparently, and I do have some sort of owl vision in that I can turn my head completely around. And looking up at the cage that holds me, it appears that the entire thing is glitching out like crazy, so I guess this kind of needed a seizure warning then. Unfortunately, I guess I'll add that to the description. I guess we'll look in the other direction and see what we have going off in the distance. Looks like a pretty long draw distance, and it looks like we're almost entirely surrounded by these fellows, seem to be blocking the path. The music seems to have died. I'm not sure if I did something to stop that, or if it only has a short loop. Oh, we've left the internal viewpoint of our character being in the cage, and we can now see the face of our sphere-headed friend, who seems to be very smug about the whole thing, carrying this character who kind of looks like Mar with human legs. Embedded in that cage, and we're just going to kind of walk over in this direction. I just noticed the characters over here that were blocking us prior seem to have gotten kind of a little odd, kind of wavy and wobbly. I don't know if that was intentional or if that's a bug, but either way, I'm kind of interested in it. And why is the ground so patchwork like that, I wonder? Oh, there's words at the bottom of the screen that I can't quite make out. I have to wonder, is this all intended to be this way, or is this my computer that's being weird, that's causing this flashing and strobing to happen of the text? Is there anything I can do? It might be the same text that's strobing left and right and mirroring up and down? Can't really tell. Let's just walk into this stream of lights and hope that things change for the better for us. Okay, so we're setting down the cage. Oh, I think my character just wilted a little bit. Oh, the sky has turned red. Or rather, not the sky. The ground is all turned red, and it looks like my cage is slightly expanded. And it seemed like our character that was holding the character seems to have gotten quite sad about the whole thing, so I'm not sure quite why. But there we go. The cage is expanded several times its size, and it looks like that burden will now be hefted by this giant green person. And over there, some kind of eruption seems to be starting. Is there anywhere else I can go? I wonder, maybe if I bring myself back over to the hand blocking guys. Kind of curious if they're going to get in my way again, or if maybe I'm so heavy now that they'll let me pass? Let's see. Oh, I think I'm on the other side of them. Alright, so I can walk away from the volcano. It seems like the smart thing to do, but I don't know if it is because I don't understand anything that's happening right now. But I do like the fact that I'm kind of in the dark, and that animation was pretty sweet of the cage moving around. This is one of those difficult ones like that. Now that the music is over, we're just left in this very sorrow-filled world that's like, it was colorful a second ago, but now everything seems to be sort of looking like Armageddon-ish. Okay, I wonder if this is like... I'm starting to put together stories here, and you guys can choose to challenge them or not in the comment section, but I feel like, what if this is like... the character has to sacrifice his son, who's the character in the cage, and by sacrificing, you gotta bring him over to the volcano So, like, I was gonna maybe walk away, and, you know, I was kind of entrapped by all of these guards that were saying, no, you can't go this way. Unfortunately, their guarding is not particularly astute, because I was basically able to just walk around them and walk around the other side. But now it looks like maybe there's no other way for me to go, because I can't turn the camera anymore, so maybe I'll just head over in the direction of the volcano and hope that, you know, good things happen. You know, I'm complying, I'm being compliant, I'm helping, I'm being cooperative, so you guys can't punish me. What's up with the cage being bigger, though? Is that supposed to be symbolic of, as I get closer to the sacrifice, the burden that the character carrying the cage has doubled or quadrupled? Maybe it's something like that. Maybe this is one of those things that's crossing over visually into metaphor. Could be kind of interesting that way. I guess we've got some poetry happening. Or something. I don't really know. I'm trying my best. Let's see. So let's go over in the direction of our volcano here. I apologize. I've gone in the complete wrong direction for a while. Should try some of the buttons here just in case anything does something unexpected. Does not seem like it can't strafe left or right. I can turn using A and D, but that's not exactly a huge deal. Can't run holding shift. Tab doesn't do anything. Spacebar doesn't do anything. Clicking doesn't do anything. ZXCV. Sometimes you find an odd rogue button that just shows up out of nowhere. Alright, so it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case for us today. So we'll just head over to whatever this geyser is. I'd like to believe it's like the weird confetti earth making it rain. You know, it's a celebration of all things in excess. And I guess what's more in excess than the idea of human sacrifice, right? If that's what's actually happening. I don't really know what's happening at all. Let's do it. In we go. Oh. Alright, so the music came back for a second here. We've got some static. We've got more of these strips floating into the air. I don't know if these are supposed to actually look like they look or if they're just supposed to represent something else. The ground seems to be getting more pixelated in the areas where it appears that maybe some of this geyser has landed on. And of course the red that was looking quite intense in the background seems to have vanished. It almost appears that it's turned to night, so maybe that was supposed to be day turning to dusk, turning to night, and representing the passage of time. And we've sacrificed this character to this geyser, and now everyone's gone because life is futile and problems and solutions are, in the end, all rendered useless. Well, that's a really dark way to take this whole thing. I don't know if that's even what was remotely being gone for here in this presentation, but I'm kind of curious to know what you all think about it. It looks like that might be about it, because we've zoomed out as far as we go, the stars fill the sky, and we get a sense of place in the world as the space where our character or characters have lost their lives becomes rendered small and unimportant in the scale of the cosmic scope. I guess we can take a moment to remember them, but ultimately we'll all move on, right? So that's the solution, I suppose. We take a moment to remember the indie impression streak, but ultimately we all move on. It's a wild time. So that was Problems and Solutions by Repair Games. If you'd like to go give it a download, you're welcome to as well. There will be a link, of course, in the description, as there always is. Please do chime in the comment section. I'd love to hear what you think about this, or what you even think could be the direction that this narrative is trying to take us in, because, I mean, I posed my story there, but I could be so wrong. If you could come up with something that seems equally logical, let me know. I'll be happy to read it. I do read all the comments, of course. But that's going to be it for today's episode. Unfortunately, a rather short one. I would have liked to see a little bit more from this, just as I found it sort of abstractly interesting. I'd like to maybe be able to get a little bit more that I could use to get into the developer's head to try and understand the meaning behind some of the actions that took place here. But I guess in some ways, too, it's kind of exciting to not have any of that stuff to grab onto, because then you can kind of jump to your own conclusions and go in wild directions with it. And I'm sticking with the screen for an extra long time here, just in case something happens. Because I honestly have no idea if there's more, but I'm not getting the impression that that is the case. Should probably just try moving here, just in case that, no, it doesn't do anything. Alright, well, we've clicked, we've moved, it didn't do anything. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure to leave a like on it. There will be another one back again tomorrow. Oh, I feel like such a jerk because I lied on that last episode saying there'd be another one tomorrow. Well, I didn't mean to, guys. I hope you forgive me. But I will try to continue things on daily again as it was, now that my computer seems to be working again. I had to reinstall a whole new operating system. That's how bad it was. It just freaking lost my partition with the OS on it randomly. It was a mess. It was a lot of hours. It was like 20 hours of troubleshooting. Thank you again so much to Rumble Muffin. Just in case you happen to watch this, I would like it noted and on record that you were an incredibly dedicated and wonderful friend to help me through all of that, because it was a mess. Anyway, thank you again, guys, for watching. I'll be back again tomorrow. Links in the description. Leave me a comment, and I will talk to you all later.